Hi everyone, welcome back to Books a la Mode. I believe that this is episode 6, and I'm pretty excited because that means that we're getting to the end of this series. If you are new here, welcome to my channel. I am Caitlin, and I hope that you enjoy your stay here. Go, look around, search in all of my videos, see what you'll find. It's a magical place. If you haven't read our current Books a la Mode book, which is Witchlock by Diana Love and Sherilyn Kenyon, then I suggest that you check out the cards that are going to be playing at the top of the screen here, those little white bars that are going to be going back and forth. And also all of the links are in the description box down below for you. And I would suggest go and check out that playlist so that you kind of know what's going on. Also, I obviously suggest that you read the books so that you can join our little book community here. For all of you Books a la Mode fans out there, welcome back. I am glad that you've joined me. But I will say that when I started this series, there were this many books in the actual series. I know that kind of sounds weird. I should have done more research maybe, but I wasn't expecting this to go for 7 books. So I am a little bit anxious to get out of the Bellador series. I have thoroughly enjoyed my stay here, but it's not necessarily a book series that appeals to a wide audience. You have to have, specific wants out of your books in order to enjoy this series, which I thoroughly did. I hope that those of you who are here now did. But I am very excited to read our next book, which is Rogue Bellador. It's the 7th book. Mainly so that we can move on to some other books, because the next 2 books that I have planned after Rogue Bellador can be very exciting, and I'm very, very eager to share them with you. As a book, Witchlock was a good book. It still had a large chunk of Avalon Storm in it, whom I love, but there were so many other things in the book that it got a little bit, I don't necessarily know how to say it. In my opinion, adding the scenes with, I think his name was like Iman, and the guys who were trying to turn the warlocks into demons and trolls, and there was that part, just like those parts just kind of got a little bit muddy for me, and the book wasn't as enjoyable as the last one, which was Demon Storm. It didn't necessarily bring back that feeling like, oh, like I'm reading a book about like the Belladors and stuff like that, because the sections that were away from the Belladors and even away from Cathbad and Flavian, and you had the whole Brina and Zadar thing. It was just, there was a lot going on, and I think a lot of things got lost. I got confused a couple of times, just trying to remember what everybody was doing and where everybody was, and it got to the point where I kind of just wanted to skip over those parts that had all of like the bad guys, like the villains in them, because I figured that they would die and that nothing would come of them. So it wasn't everything that I was expecting. Nothing so far has happened with Quinn and Phaedra, and nothing has happened with Lana, and luckily the whole Val and Storm thing has kind of ironed itself out, but other than that, it was just kind of, I don't know, it just wasn't as good for me. I really enjoyed Adriana. I have always enjoyed her character. I think that she's a very, I think that she was a very underutilized character before, and I loved seeing her come into the limelight, into the forefront of the book, because it was kind of her time to shine. Like, she had been doing so much for everybody, but in the end, Adriana, instead of being this shallow, egotistical, sterling witch, she wound up being a really good person and a good friend to Val and Storm, and she was just always looking out for Val and Storm, even over herself, and looking out for the world and the Belladors over herself. And it was just really cool to see Adriana brought into a different light, and to see her really transform from the very first book where we meet her, and you just get this like overwhelming surge of like hate towards her, to now where she's more respected in the community. And I think it was really cool to see that, and I was a little happy for Adriana. The whole, like, Val and Storm's situation, like, it's just, again, like, I understand why the authors did it, because things are never perfect. But kind of the whole, like, Storm having a problem with the living situation and Phoenix and stuff like that, and it's kind of, it was also just frustrating because Val wasn't seeing both sides clearly. And I know that it's supposed to, you know, represent a man coming into a woman's life, and she has a pet or she has a child and stuff like that, and how she's necessarily not going to see very clearly because she's worried about that child or that animal's welfare. But at the same time, for, you know, a character, that was kind of a really, really, really big flaw for me. Because while normally characters have flaws, and it's good for them to have flaws, they also really work on their downfalls during, like, in the books. And for me, Val didn't do that. She was just like, oh, I don't know what I'm going to do, I don't know what I'm going to do, I don't know what I'm going to do. And then, oh, Storm's going to fix it. And then he did. And it kind of just, it didn't seem like a Val to me. It kind of seemed like she turned from this, like, kick-ass woman who wasn't sure of guys, but, like, now she knows that she loves Storm, and she's gonna keep on being kick-ass, and, like, the whole time she's like, I can do it, I can do it, like, you can't stop me from doing this stuff. But then at home she's like, I don't know what to do, like, I guess I'll just do nothing, because it's better than talking about my problems. I don't know. I sincerely hope that you enjoyed Witchlock more than I did. Just because I don't like a book doesn't mean that you can't like it, and just because I like a book doesn't mean that you need to like it. I hope that you have a wonderful day, and remember that at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Friday, which is the day that this is being posted, the next Books a la Mode book will be announced on Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, and Goodreads. So that's good. And yeah, let's do this last book together, and then we'll go on to something new and something a little bit more that draws in a little bit more of a broader audience, I guess. So I hope that you've enjoyed doing this series with me. It's been super fun. We have one more to do. Let's get it done, and If you enjoyed this series, also make sure to go and check out Diana Love's website, because she has some free novellas and short stories and stuff like that, and she has a couple short stories in anthologies and everything. So make sure that you go and you check her out, and if you have never heard of Sherilyn Kenyon or you've never read her books, I sincerely suggest, definitely, 100%, totally suggest that you go pick up Fantasy Lover. If you like vampires and like Greek mythology stuff, go pick up the first League book if you like space, kind of piratey stuff and assassiny stuff. And I hope that you have a great day, and I will talk to you in 2 weeks. Bye. Hi everyone, welcome back to, I don't like that. The dog is standing next to me, looking at me like, pet me. Pet me. Are you baby? Are you baby? Hi. 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 Oh, that's a good boy. Yeah, you're a good boy. He's so handsome. So handsome. I'm not in the right headspace to film this video. I'm gonna do a lot of editing tomorrow. I don't know what to do.